Welcome back to the Compound Podcast. This is episode 221. Yep,
I want to
221.
say yes.
221.
Okay. I was like, I
221.
want to say
Compound
yes.
Podcast presented by Parse Rum. My favorite rum, your favorite rum, Parse Rum. When I say Parse, the rum Parse.
Rob.
I had a couple good chirps from the outfield. There was a really nice loud one. Dakota's yawning. That's a good start to the episode, man. Awesome, dude. Yeah, happy to be here.
I did have, this is not exactly Parse Rum related, but a athlete came in gym the other day. He was at the front desk. I happened to be at the front desk just talking to some people, as I do, messing around, not really working. You know how I am. And it was a senior in high school, and then his mom was there, and they're from the Chicago area. And the mom like kept looking at me, and I was like, why is this lady looking at me? Like, I know I'm, I get it. I'm a good looking guy. But she kept looking at me, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So I didn't say anything. Eventually, like, we ran into each other, and she came up and like introduced herself, and I said who I was, and she's like, I knew that was you. Like, I recognized you from your voice from the compound. We listened to all the episodes. I was like, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man.
Bro, I like that.
I love that.
So
Did
we
you
got-
then
we got
offer
fans.
some Parse Rum?
I did not. I didn't feel like that'd be appropriate to be carrying around at work.
Yeah. Okay. Parse Rum, my favorite rum, your favorite rum, Parse Rum. I got a really nice chirp today from the outfield bleachers. It was like the 8th inning, and the guy just yelled as loud as he could, "I need some Parse Rum." And I love that. Love
It's
to
not
hear
even
it.
It's not a chirp. It's like a fluff.
Yeah. And then I said, "Go to Benny's."
Is that what he said back? He said,
No,
"Go to
but
Benny's."
it could have. That would be really good.
Hey,
Go to
was-
Benny's, get your Parse, and tell them the compound sent you. Yes, Zach.
Was your weather at Wrigley today the greatest thing in the world?
No, wind was blowing in.
I mean,
Did I
temperature wise.
see?
It was beautiful.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
It was
see
a
this
beautiful
last
day in
week.
Chicago. It was like 72. It was like 65 this evening.
What a tease, huh?
It was really, really nice. And it felt like end of September weather, not end of August weather. You know, August 20th, or whatever date it is, you'd like the wind to be blowing out. You like it to be 90 degrees and blowing dead out. And it was not. We had a game on Sunday, 1-0. We lost. There was one home run was the only score
It's crushed.
of the game. And it was right down the right field line because the wind was blowing sideways at that point, and then the rest of the game was blowing 40 miles an hour in. Amaya hit a ball to the left center that's like a no doubt homer backwards. Springer hit a ball the day before, like 106 at 36 or 38 to left center, like right at the bullpen door, which some days could be halfway up the bleachers. And I caught it on the track. Like it was, the place was a joke this weekend.
I went for a walk on Thursday, my off day, just out of boredom. And I was walking around. I go, you know what this is? This is some fall weather right here, and it got me excited.
Whitey.
Fired. I was just thinking, I go, football's right around the corner. It's cooling down. I got a nice little crisp breeze. The leaves, they want to turn. The leaves want to
Voluntarily
turn.
throwing a sweatshirt on too. Like, I'll wear it.
Yeah, man, that's
it's the
exactly what I was
best.
thinking too. Javi came back. Tigers, we got the Go Tigers in town. Go Tigers. And Javi came back to
You
Wrigley.
can't say the Go Tigers anymore. It's the Tigers.
You're right, just the Tigers. And they did the tribute video for Javi. It was great. It was a great moment. Fans loved it. His highlights from when he was a Cub are insane. I mean,
Bro.
they could have done a 25-minute video, but it was cool.
One of my favorite things to do, I've been on record saying this before, is going to watch Javi in 2019 on YouTube. It's like, it's special. It's a special clips.
Also, pro move by Miggy and the home plate
Yeah.
ump to kind of like walk away and just like let him have his moment there. Like, you like to see that.
Yeah, for anybody that didn't see it, Javi's first at bat, Miguel Amaya walked out and burned a timeout. He burned a mound visit to make sure that Javi got his standing O. So he went out there, gave him, the umpire was aware, everybody was aware, but gave him like a good 30 seconds to just have his moment. And that's, it was really cool. It was really cool. The video tribute was great. The, standing O for his first at bat was great. He's wearing Rawlings with that gold patch too. That gold patch is doing it.
Bro.
Did you get to talk to him at all?
I didn't get to see him before the game. He wasn't out there when we were taking BP, but I saw him at second base and talked to him, and his his wife's in town with him, and it was good to catch up a little bit. Hopefully, I'll catch him
He
outside tomorrow.
we've talked about it before, and like no matter what he does, like whatever cleat combo he's got, batting glove combo he's got going, looks good.
Looks good.
I remember I tried to wear black cleats with gray pants one day, and I was like, this looks horrible. Like, and Javi does it. I'm like, man,
I'll be honest. There's maybe you can count on one hand the amount of people that look good in black cleats and white pants too. One hand, because I love Ben Zobrist, great Cub, all-time Cub, great player. Not a good look. The black cleats and white pants didn't really look great, but he was getting hits.
What?
So who cares?
If 2.8's got them on, they look good.
Exactly.
I mean, Javi's 2018 290 with an 881 OPS, 111 RBIs, 40 doubles, 34 pumps, 9 triples, 21 stolen bases. His 2019 847 with 38 doubles and 29 pumps, 4 triples. Just silly, man. And his 21, he had a good 20. He had a good 21 too.
Dude, second half with the Mets, he hit 299 with an 886 OPS, 140 OPS plus.
And he had 370. He had a 371 on base. It was 47 games, but he had 371 on base, which is a little bit of walking for him. That's
13 walks. What do you mean? He had 13 walks
13 walks in 49 games. That's
and had 90 in 91 games with the Cubs. He had 50.
Yeah. He never liked to walk, but that's there's some pretty crazy numbers, man. I mean, he's special talent, 18, special player. 290. It's I mean, it's just
he really is.
I'm telling you, those highlights, just like the 26, the homer he hit in the playoffs in 2016 at the bat he pimped so hard and went in the basket. I don't know if we have metrics on that one, but all those highlights, it's just cool. It's just cool to have him back. And Tigers are a young team, huh? They had a lot of
they
on that field.
Kind of cut ties with a few guys, and I think they're trying to see what the future holds.
They're doing openers for 3 days though.
Yeah, it's wild.
I think
they've been doing like last month.
I think all their stars are hurt.
Yeah, or they traded them.
Except for the GOAT Scooble.
The Tigers have a lot of former Cubs, just like in general around the organization. Scott Harris and Jeff Greenberg are over there, are formerly in our front office. Gary Jones, Iapoce. So it's good to catch up with some of those guys. Post is awesome, man.
Did you see Jonesy?
I saw him from afar, but I didn't get to talk to him. I'll talk to him tomorrow. He's a man.
You guys gonna relive your rookie year faux triple down the left field line?
Yeah. I think we also might relive my second base days. Gary Jones, former infield coach for the Chicago Cubs and third base coach on the World Series team. Great dude. But Post as a first base coach is great, man. He's walking around with the fungo. He's loving it.
Doesn't hit him, just walks around with the fungo though.
He said he hit some. I don't believe him, but he said he hit some.
He is a liar. He always says, he goes, I got to walk around with it. I don't use it. I got to walk around with it.
He's great. It was so much fun talking
He'll
to
listen.
him.
He'll hear it. We'll get a text about it.
Oh, yeah. Moments passed. Assad had a great start tonight. Dakota, you said that sinker's nasty.
What do you call it? Tijuana two-seam?
Tijuana two-seam.
He threw one. I forget who it was. It might have been Veerling. I forget. Maybe it was Riley Green. No, Riley Green, he threw it back to a curveball too. He threw a two-seam. I want to say it was to Veerling. That I'm like, it started at his hip and moved so like it was down the middle by the time finished. I'm like, how do you stay in there?
Veerling's a righty, so that's probably not that guy.
Definitely not Veerling. Whoever it was a lefty. You guys took a while to catch that because clearly I was talking about a lefty. So don't act like you're all high and
I thought you were going to say he threw something that came back.
How would he throw a front hip two-seam to a righty?
I thought you were going to say.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted you to get that whole thought out before I told you it was ridiculous.
Nope. You didn't have to do that. It was Parker Meadows. That's who it was. He's a lefty. Fact check me on that. Smart guys. I mean, it's basically the same guy. I don't know.
He looked really good though. And when
he's gross. When you got sidetracked, that's not on me. That's on you.
When runners get on base, Javier Assad comes alive and he strands them. I mean, it's unbelievable his ability to bear down and like lead off triple. I don't know, it's fifth inning maybe. Lead off triple. He goes out there. Maybe it's fourth or fifth. He goes out there, lead off triple, and strands the guy. gets 3 straight outs, and then we come in and scored 2 runs, complete and total momentum shift. It was a 1-0 ball game. They had a chance to go up 2-0. He strands him, and then we go up 2-1. Huge momentum shift to the game.
There's nothing cooler than like getting out of your own mess, like lead off triple, and then he went strikeout looking to Javi, strikeout looking Parker Meadows, strikeout swinging Riley Green. Electric factory, the Tijuana 2-seam.
He wanted 2-seam. And the bullpen locked it down. Bullpen did an awesome job. They covered 3 1/3, maybe. And
3 1/3. Good job.
And they were fantastic. And it was a really nice teamed up. You know, the offense putting up 3 and the pitching staff locking it down with only 1 that's a nice way to win a ball game.
Get the boys some runs. How about you guys start getting the boys some runs, huh?
3 was enough. 3 was enough. Save a couple for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta save a couple for the next day. When's pulling in August? Tough run environment. Jeez.
So
we
let's
had
get them
some,
on, get them over, get them in. How about that?
we had
Old
some
school
rocket.
ball.
Yeah, we had some rockets of people.
If you face Foles, you coming out swinging or what?
I don't know.
Can't give away his inside
doesn't look-
secrets.
He won't. He'll be the
I gotta
last
look.
person.
I gotta look at his stuff. Does he throw the sinker for strikes?
That's all he throws. What? Who said that?
Does he?
Yes,
He throws
he
it for
does.
Doesn't
strikes?
he throw like 80% sinkers, Zach?
What's his walk rate to
Yeah.
lefties?
What do it look like? Baseball savant?
I don't think he's a walk guy.
I'm swinging then.
That's your friend, though. I thought we know his stats a little better.
Yeah, I thought you'd have him at the ready there.
Not mine.
'Cause-
No.
I'll let him know that you didn't know how he's doing.
Guys, you heard Dakota and Zack. It's almost time for football season, and whether you're cheering on your alma mater or just love the thrill of college football, you're going to want to listen to this. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 on anything will get $200 in bonus bets instantly with our partners at DraftKings. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. You think you're going to bet touchdowns somewhere else? DraftKings is the place to bet touchdowns. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers can use promo code COMPOUND and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code COMPOUND only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/FT ball.
Zach, you wanted to cover the ABS system. You wanted to talk about it. The floor is yours.
Yeah. I am a huge fan of the challenge system, and
Can you explain what the ABS system is, maybe to people that don't know that?
Hey. I'm getting there.
Tom.
Sorry
no,
for trying to
that's-
produce the podcast. My
No,
bad.
it's okay. Hey, it's okay. So the ABS or the challenge system in AAA, I don't know where else it is in the minor leagues.
ABS stands for automatic ball strike.
Yes, and you in AAA you get 2 challenges per team. If you don't get it right, so say I think a ball is outside, 2-seam from Javier Assad, if he's down in AAA somehow, some way. And I think it's out and the ump calls it a strike. I just tap my head very quickly, like, hey, I'm challenging. And he turns around, says it on the mic, batter's challenging. They have it on the board and it shows like almost like an MLB The Show pitch trail. I'm sure people have seen it before, and it has the box and it literally takes 5 seconds and it says if it's a strike or ball and you move on.
Is it
And
2
tonight-
per team for the whole game?
Yep.
Can you
And if
like
you get-
earn a third?
No, I'm not sure about the extra innings rules. I have no idea. I'm sure if it gets to the big leagues, I'm sure if you get to the extras, I would go out on a limb and say that they'll give you an extra one. But like tonight, Nacho Alvarez had one he challenged. It was like a good, 3 inches above the zone. And we were just like, hey, hey, we get it. Like happens, you miss it. But I think that is the main reason or main thing how players, fans, anybody kind of want to get cleaned up, right? It's the same thing with like replay system, right? You just want those calls kind of like cleaned up. You're not holding, like somebody hostage and be, like, hey, look, like you stink. It's just like, no, like, hey, I knew that wasn't a strike. You thought it was, like, it's all good. Let's move past it. And I think with how quickly it happens, you really don't bat an eye.
How
And
fast? What's like the time frame? Like, how long do you have to decide? Is it like
it's
you got to do it like pretty immediate?
yeah, it's pretty umpire discretion. And like most of the time, like as soon as you take it, like, as a hitter, be like, no, no, no. And he calls a strike, you're like, nope, like right away. Um,
Have you seen a situation where a guy goes to challenge and the ump's like, too long?
I haven't. The other day, our team thought their guy challenged it too late, but it was like just like, hey, it's too late. And it was like, it wasn't really that bad. It was just like guys were yelling, like whatever. But that I think could get dicey too, because it's such a gray area. But again, our game is a gray area in general, when guys' hands too sticky or not. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't like if there was a situation where a guy challenged and they were like, that's too late.
well,
Like,
I really don't
no
think
one
it
else is
happened
seeing the
because, like,
game. Like, there's no instant video in the dugout. There's no instant, like, first of all, dugout, the guys are 100 feet away and they're on the side. Like, what are they going to yell?
right.
Like, challenge it, and that's going to change your opinion. Like,
Well, I mean, but up and down, like if you take one and you're like, oh, man, I don't know. And then you hear everybody saying like, oh, and then you're like, oh, yeah, 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 I meant the challenge. And the ump would be like, I don't think you can.
I'm thinking more like you can't like take the pitch and then like step out of the box, like adjust your gloves and then be like, oh, challenge. Like I think
Yeah.
it's like if you take it and you're sitting there and like even for like a second, you're like, nah, there's no way that's a strike. And then you tap, like I think that's fine.
I
I'm
agree.
thinking more like, do guys like wait until the ball's already being thrown back to the pitcher to challenge?
No.
Like that's too long.
No, I agree. And again, from what I've been here for 3 weeks. It's been pretty seamless, dude. Like we had one blip where it took a little bit longer, and it was probably one of my first games, and I was like, "This kind of sucks. Like this is like a kind of a nuisance." But since then, dude, like especially, I don't know if it's the stadium like Wi-Fi or operator, whatever, but like there's some times where it just rolls and it's like a legit
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 seconds, and you're like, all right, here we go, right back into it. And you don't even miss a beat, which is, I would have to imagine how it would be up there
at the big league level, yeah.
Yeah, like it would just be seamless. And again, bro, like it's just taking away those egregious ones when, like, as a hitter, as a pitcher, where you're like, man, like, and I don't want the complete automated ball strike. I don't want it. I want the umpire. It's part of the game, but if you can clean up a few of the egregious ones, I think it'll make everybody better. It won't be, a huge talking point. And again, but as fans, in any sport, you love talking about missed calls. Like it is what it is. It's part
Can
of
I
it.
ask you-
Yeah.
Can I ask two questions?
I have two
Always.
questions as well.
Always. Here
I
we
was
go.
waiting for him. Go ahead.
My first question is, how often is it the pitcher or the hitter? Is it more pitcher? Is it more hitter?
I think it's definitely more hitter, and catchers will be pretty quick about it too.
Do catchers do it or does the pitcher
Yeah,
do
no,
it?
catchers can do it too. I've seen way more catchers do it.
Oh.
I've seen way more
Yeah.
catchers do it.
If I was pitching, I would just leave it up to my catcher and be like, "Hey, man, if you think it's a strike, go ahead. If you
They're
don't,
pretty
like,
dialed.
I
Dude,
trust
they're pretty
you."
dialed in because some pitchers, the same thing as hitters. You're like, no way, and it's like,
Yeah,
bro, it's two balls.
I like that. I like that the catcher can do it. That's cool.
Yeah, I know some organizations when it first came out, they said like only the catcher can do it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd be like, "Hey, the catcher sees the zone all game long. Like, if it's the seventh inning and a reliever's in there for his first inning, it's like, hey, man, I've seen this guy's zone for 6 innings. Like, trust me that I know what I'm doing."
for sure.
Can I ask another question?
Absolutely.
Thanks. How often do you see guys get it wrong?
Pretty often.
Really?
Yeah. I'm 0 for 1. I had one that like
Oh no.
was as
No.
close as you can. It was a 3-2 or 2-2
Oh,
count.
you told me that.
And I'm telling you, like, I turned around, I was like, man, I I'm not even mad I got that wrong. Like, it was just right on the line. Like,
It
all
just
right.
it just
But I mean, like, as close as you could get to it. And I'm like, whatever. It's the buffer.
It's like
zone.
those,
Like,
like the tennis lines that they do the
yeah. And
slow-mo,
it
and
just
it's
had to
like,
keep going further and
it caught
further.
the
Right.
line.
do your teammates get mad at you if you whiff one? Do you
No,
get mad at
I
guys if
think,
they whiff
dude,
one?
it's different. It's different in AAA, man. Like, I think again, you'll joke, like, the one day this guy in our team challenged one, and like, if this is the zone, like, it was like right there. And it was like a 2-0 count, and he did it, and we were like, what? And then, like, next pitch, he hits a single, and he comes back in, he gets out somehow. And we're like, hey, nice swing. Horrible challenge. You're done for the week. Like,
No more.
yeah, like, you're done.
Well, that was one of my questions was like, does the manager, maybe not at your team specific, like, do you think any managers are like, all right, like, Zach, you have a good eye for the zone, like, you can challenge, or like this guy, hey, you think everything's a ball? Like, I
Dude,
don't want you to ever challenge.
I think, again, it's such a different, again, I'm here in August, like, guys are kind of over it in AAA. It's not really nearly as
Angry
competitive
August.
as the big leagues. It's like, hey, do what you want. Like, if you want to challenge 2 of them and they're not close, like, it is what it is, you know? I think in the big leagues, dude, like, that's a good point. I think there'd be a lot of strategy to it. Like, for me personally, like, I do feel like, again, I just got here, so I don't want to screw everybody up. Like,
Yeah.
I won't do it unless A, I know, or B, it's like an at bat dictating call. Like, the other day I had one 3-0, and I was like, I think that's a ball, but I'm like, all right, I'm in 3-1. Like, whatever. You know, again, I think maybe if I was in the big leagues and I wasn't, you know, if like, okay, I might have challenged it. And again, like the one that I missed, it was 2-2 count or 3-2. I forgot which one it was. Like, okay, you know, that's fine. And it wasn't, it was right on the line. Like,
Dictates the
right.
at-bat. I
Yeah.
think there would
And
be a lot. I think there would
nobody's
be a
going to
lot
be
of
like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
you know,
I think the egregious ones will get challenged no matter what, kind of 0-0, 1-0, 1-1. But the close ones will probably always be 2-strike at bat dictating.
yes.
Ian, do you think that, I'm sure, like, if this makes it into the big leagues, I bet teams like have meetings about like strategizing about it, almost like, hey, if it's the second inning, like you were saying, kind of like, hey, if it's the second inning and it's 1-0, like, I don't even care if it's egregious. Like, is that worth using a challenge in the second inning of a 0-0 ball game when like we have 7 more innings and we might
You
need
do
this in
so,
like the
but
eighth?
you do get it back if
If you get it right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
okay.
retain
If you get it right, you get it back. You
So you
keep 2.
retain it.
So as
Oh,
long as you get
I
it
did
right,
not
you
know
keep
that.
retaining.
Yeah.
You just
I
can't have
thought it
2.
was
So
like-
again,
can't have 2
like
misses.
it's a you know,
Yeah.
give and take.
Okay,
It's
I
like,
like
do
that.
I really think that was a strike, or do I really think that was a ball? If it's like close, you're not gonna, like, for me personally, like, I wouldn't use it right there.
Yeah. Okay. But then, yeah, like if it's egregious, does that I like that because, like I said, like otherwise it'd be like in the first inning, like why would you ever challenge it?
Yeah,
like,
right.
call it unless it's like bases loaded.
And
But it's
that's
like,
again, like, a guy in our team did it, and it was like this far. It was in the second at bat, and we were all just like, all right, all good, move past it. It is what it is. Like,
yeah.
and Ian, you had one tonight where I don't think you even said anything. It was one of your at bats. It was like pretty far outside, and I was like, you know, I don't know. I think it was first pitch too. Like,
Second pitch, it was 0-1 count and it went to 0-2.
yeah, like,
Oh, he knows.
that-
He knows.
yeah, like,
It was
that-
a fastball in the other batter's box.
yeah, like that's
He's not mad. I'm not mad.
no,
But like
it's-
I know, like as a righty, I don't see the outside corner that well, and so like I don't think I would have challenged that. Like,
right, which is
be-
yeah, and that's
because
fine.
I know that like for me as a righty, the outside corner, like I kind of stand far away from the plate. I kind of dive, so sometimes I feel like that pitch is a ball, but I'm not sure. Like lefty, I know the outside corner, like
Mhm.
to a millimeter. If there's a ball off away left-handed, I know it.
Yeah.
As soon as it crosses the plate, I know if it's a ball or a strike. And so like I would be really confident with that. A high-low lefty, I'm really, really good. Inside corner lefty, like that's kind of my blind spot. But righty, like away, not great, up, down, good, and inside corner, I'm usually pretty good. So like
You'd be dialed. I bet you already have such a good eye. Like both of you, I bet would be.
Dude,
I mean,
I
Zach's
thought
0 for
that-
1, so maybe
yeah,
I jinxed it.
dude,
but-
I thought that too. I thought I'd be all over it.
But I think it's tough, like you said, the one you challenged, like it just has to clip it. Like it
That's
doesn't have to
what-
be the whole
right.
ball in. It's
But
like,
again,
okay,
like-
I think that's off, but it just clipped the corner.
And honestly, I think it was more of like a pissed off challenge too. I'm like, okay, that could if you call it a strike, you call it a strike, whatever. But like and I remember it was a backdoor from a lefty curveball. Like, and you know how many times like you get punched out on those, and I'm like, that was just never a strike. Like at one point was that ever a strike? And that what I thought it was, but it's different, man. Like because you don't get it back, you're like, don't
That's
know.
what
I had an egregious one in Cleveland on a 2-2 count, split her
Yeah.
down and away, not even close, and with a guy on second, and we're trying to. I think the game was close at that point. Like it was a big spot, and like we were kind of rallying, and like I knew as soon as it crossed the plate, it was a ball, but like there's nothing you can do about it, And so, yeah, I think it would be great for the big leagues at some point, Dakota.
I think
I know
that's
you've only been there 3 weeks, Zach, but how many times have you guys lost like both your challenges? Like it's the 9th and you're like, oh, we're out of challenges. Like
a few times.
really? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
and
there's
there's
like
definitely
you
going to
said,
be there analytics is going to get a hold of it and say like, hey, these are the times to do it.
yeah.
This is
But
when
I'm saying
it
like
means the most. This is when a high
They're also
level.
going to look at umpires and they're going to be like, "Oh, this umpire misses off the corner a lot." Like they're going to have the
sure.
tendencies. There's going to be
Yeah.
some guy's job who this is like a third of his job, a quarter of his job is just handling this situation for the teams because they have so many people in analytics now.
The ABS
100%.
will create jobs. Can I ask one more about the
What
old?
a great note there. The ABS will create jobs.
Yeah.
One
Sure,
more
go
about
ahead.
the
You
ABS.
said 2, but here's 3. Go ahead. Sure.
Do you think that the AAA zone is smaller than the big league zone right now?
Ooh.
Because I'll let you think. Umpires are training on this thing on a daily basis. Like they're getting feedback on a daily basis when guys are challenging pitches. And I have heard that the ABS is a little bit lower as far as where the top of the strike zone is. And that some of the guys that have come up have said
Yeah.
that the top of the zone in AAA is lower than the top in the big leagues, or the called top in the big leagues. Have you felt that?
I haven't personally. Because like again, dude, like this kid took one tonight, and like you knew right away, and then they showed it on the screen, and it was like that high up. I think if it was low, it would have been even more egregious. Like it was like 2 balls. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a pitch out. I don't know. It's
Do they adjust depending? Like, does Aaron Judge have a different ABS to Zach
Yeah.
Short?
yeah.
Okay. I was making sure that it wasn't just like this is the strike zone. I'm like, that would need to
I
get figured out,
forgot.
obviously.
They said to some like I heard it somewhere where how they measure it. But yeah, I mean it's accurate, dude.
It's something on player height, and then they were going to do in the big leagues. They were going to like measure everybody and like use all the Kinetracks and the Hawkeye data to like do it. I think is what they wanted to do in the big leagues.
So and in AAA they have iPads in the dugout, like, but not the same like video stuff. So you can get all the numbers on it, and then they give you like the TrackMan box, and it shows you which one, and then you have some options too, like, hey, this pitch wouldn't have been called by a regular human umpire. This pitch, it didn't seem like where it was on relative on the zone. Or like flag this pitch and like look at it again or something like that. So like they're still getting, and again, I don't know how many people
So they're trying to get feedback.
Yeah, and I don't know how many
That's
people
cool.
have reported it or anything. Dude, that I'm telling, like, again, this is something where I think it'll take a little bit to get the kinks out when it comes up. The same thing that happened with the sticky stuff, the same thing that happened with the pitch clock. Like, Ian, we lobbied to you that like the pitch clock is the greatest thing ever. And like, dude, right away if a game is taking a while and it sticks out like a sore thumb, dude. Like the average being 230, 240, and I understand, it's 30 or 40 minutes shorter, but like
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal, man. You look up and it's the 7th inning. It's like, all right, this is this is enjoy. Again, I love baseball more than anybody, but like, nobody wants to stand out there for 4 hours. Like,
No, the game moves. It's good for fans. It's good for TV. Ours had to be fast today. It had to
right?
be.
Yeah, and like again, I think once the cues or the miscues kind of get cleaned up, dude, like it's gonna be fine. Guys are just you're gonna know right away. I think the one thing I don't think guys will like. And I actually was happy I was hesitant on a challenge like this. Like the other day, Dansby took one where the guy, I think on the Blue Jays, was set up and in, and then he missed down and away, and it looked like it was in the other batter's box. But like it was like 2 balls in the zone. And, it was a strike. The umpire punched him out. And like, as a hitter, you've been there before. You look at it and you're like, the guy caught it in the other batter's box. Like, there's no way that's a strike. And I think, they'll challenge it right away and be like, well, there's no way that pitch was right there. Right. And I think, again, it's just something that's going to have to be experimented with. But I totally and truly believe that will be the next thing up. And I think that's the best obvious choice opposed to just cutting out umpires.
Yeah, no. I think the challenge system's obvious. I think that's kind of what's been discussed. I don't think it'll be ready for 25, but maybe for 26. And catchers now, I was watching there was like Greg Maddux highlights. Marquis does this from time to time. And like the zone was way bigger, but the catcher wasn't framing to the middle.
No. Right.
Like
True.
the catcher was sticking the pitch wherever it was. And if it was 2 balls off, yeah, sure. Was he getting the call? But he was sticking it in the spot. And now, like that pitch that got called on me that was way outside today, like the catcher framed it to the middle of the zone. Like catchers aren't framing balls to corners. Like they're framing balls to the middle. Everything is back to the middle. By the time the catcher's glove stops moving, every single time, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So like it's the umpires have a really tough job. The game's moving fast. Balls are moving. Like Assad's T1-2 seam is moving 18 inches. You got Ethan Roberts throwing 22 to 24 inch sliders. Like,
dude,
they're moving a ton, and like every pitch is being framed to the middle. These guys have to see the pitch crossing the plate, and it's not an easy job. And like and I think it'll cut out a lot of frustration from players. Like it'll cut out a lot of players arguing with the umpires, players yelling at umpires, because they'll just be able to say, "Look, I think I'm right, and if I'm not."
It's really funny though, because so the umpires have to announce it. So like they turn around and say, batters challenging a called strike. And like, as soon as they look at it, like challenge is confirmed. And like, somebody is going to look at a player and be like, challenge is confirmed. Like,
yeah.
And a player is going to look at and be like, what are you looking at? That's going to happen at one point.
Yeah. But the umpires have every right to do it if they're right.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a few the other night that I think it had to have been back-to-back innings. Like both guys challenging, the umpires were right on both times, and it would like happen so quickly back-to-back. And the ump was like, "Yep, call is confirmed," and like put his mask back on. Yeah, and you're like, man, I would be like, "You guys tell me, should I be back here or like what?"
Yeah, I wouldn't care if the umpire fist pumped a right call.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
They start celebrating.
You got it right, fist pump. I love when you're right. Be right. Be right. Call a great game. But
then you get to fist bump back, right?
Umpire highlights. Just complete umpire highlight video at the end of the year of all the right calls. Love to see it. That conversation
That's what we're here for.
About the ABS system brought to you by Bruce Bolt. BruceBolt.us for all of your baseball needs. Batting gloves. My batting gloves. The batting gloves that Zack wears. BruceBolt.us. You got shin guards, you got elbow guards, you got sliding mitts. The kids love the sliding mitts. I'll tell you. I give Johnny Lester's kids some sliding mitts. They love them. BruceBolt.us. Go check it out. Are you guys really excited for football season? Just really fired up for it. You doing your mock fantasy drafts that you're doing?
I already had one fantasy draft, and I took Zach's boy, Breece Hall.
I feel like that's an early launch, no?
4th overall?
No. To do a draft.
Oh, yeah. I hate it. I hate how early it is. It's before preseason is over. And
a lot of bad things can happen between now and then.
Yeah.
That's enough.
My draft with my college friends, we do like literally 2 nights before the first game. Like, we want to make sure everyone I take
Christmas
is
Eve,
be
dude.
ready.
You look forward to it.
Oh.
Not that I'm a big fantasy guy, but hey.
But you are this year. We're getting you involved. We're trying to get you involved.
Man, I got to be a normal guy.
Ian's got the big rub running his team.
Big rub. I'm telling you, he's doing mock drafts. Are
you gonna like go to the draft and have any input, or are you just gonna be like, I'm just hanging out? Go ahead.
Yeah, probably no input for me.
I'll
be there.
30,
I'll be
30.
there.
This is a test for Ian. I'm pretty sure Zach would know the answer. If you have the first overall pick, who should you take in fantasy
Christian
football?
McCaffrey. We have the 8th pick.
Nice. That a boy.
I see people fading him.
What pick do you have?
There's one. We're 8. We're 8. A lot of good options there. Yeah, 1 through 3.
like a
There's
wide
kind of like Christian McCaffrey is the one, but there's like a 1 through 3 that are all kind of like Tyreek's in there.
Who's another one?
Give us one more. I
The
just said his
Falcons-
name.
Isn't the Falcons running back one?
I'd rather have Brees Hall, but yes, Bijan
That's
Robinson is up there.
That's right.
I know ball.
Well, it's also fishy because you got like CeeDee Lamb. He's holding out right now. Do you draft him that early? I wouldn't.
Can't.
Who knows?
Hasn't gotten hit.
Yeah,
I took a JETS jet.
I'm not gonna have a lot of input. But I'll be there for emotional support.
And
Do you have like any one player where you're like, we need this guy?
No. No, I don't.
in
No
2021,
sleepers.
I did I had Garrett Wilson last year, like good player.
great player.
He stunk in fantasy though. He didn't stink, but he.
What do you mean? He was over 1,000 yards.
Zach Wilson.
Over 1,000 yards back-to-back years.
Imagine him with Rodgers.
Stop. Not doing it. Not doing it.
I
in
did
in 21, we had a draft. The rookies.
I'd
or
like timeout.
No.
Not actually timeout. I'm laughing because Zach tried 3 times. In
Set
the
it
third one, he goes, I'm just going. I don't
That's
care.
enough.
And I love it. Go.
Matt Manning went to the draft and dressed up in like a suit and tie, walked in with sunglasses on, had his computer and had a notepad. He's like, I'm here to pick winners. Like, this is my team.
Did he win? Did he win? Oh, you don't know. You didn't
I'm
play.
pretty sure he picked like Trey Lance. Like, it was like, I'm telling you, the 49ers have a plan for Trey Lance. He's going to get in there and you guys are all going to laugh at this pick. Like, you laugh at it now.
And they're still laughing at it.
Still laughing.
One of my suggestions last year, this is why I won't be making any suggestions. I played fantasy football in college. We had a system in which the kicker got way too many points. The kicker was like a very valuable player. And I didn't realize that like in this fantasy league, the kicker is pretty irrelevant. And so like, I was like, all right, we're going to get Tucker like way too early. Way too early. That was like my one contribution, which was not
great. I have heard of leagues
what
like
round
that.
did Tucker go in? What round did you?
I don't know.
I bet
can't
I'm
remember,
willing to
but
bet it was like
I can tell you that when we picked a kicker, there was not another kicker chosen for like 3 or 4 rounds.
I have heard of leagues like that where like if a kicker makes like a 50+ yarder, it's like 100 points. It's like you win the game. I'm like, that's just so dumb to me.
I mean yeah, I remember the kicker putting up like routinely 20+ points in our league, and that was like if you had a good kicker, like you were it's basically having another running back.
I err more on the side of like don't even have kickers in your league because it's still fun to have. I like having
that's because you don't know ball, man.
That's just not true. I know football.
You don't know ball. The NL wildcard's getting pretty interesting.
Let's take a look. I need to see the
Padres have lost like 5 games since the break.
Padres and D-backs are rolling, but that last spot in the wild card is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Atlanta's got some injuries. They're still up 2.5. Mets are 2.5 back. San Fran's 3.5 back. We're 5.5 back. St. Louis is 6, and Cincinnati is 6.5. So there's a little bit of separation there, but Atlanta is dealing with the injury bug a little bit. Riley's down, and obviously Ronald's out. So I think it's going to be a really interesting last month.
Say it. I'll say this from a fan's perspective. Ian's not going to like this. That 1-0 loss to the Blue Jays, if you guys would have won that game, I think I would have been fully bought in on Cubs making a run, but that kind of broke my heart. As a fan, from a fan's perspective.
Yeah, one was blown in 40 at Wrigley, tough day. We had, there's plenty of baseball left. And I will say, going to Cleveland and getting swept was tough. First time we got swept all year.
Good baseball team, though.
But good baseball team. We played competitive, close games. Class A's unbelievable. Dude threw 4 straight. He threw all 3 games against us. He threw two before us. And he went back to back. And we were like, all right, like maybe we'll get in a situation where they can't use him. He threw the first 2 games of our series. Like he threw 4 straight, throwing 100-mile-an-hour cutters. and that's a difference maker. Their bullpen's really good, and they're a good team. They found a way to score runs and like tough loss, but to come out and win 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays, have a chance to sweep right back into it, and then win the first game against Detroit. Like that's how you right the ship.
Let's just go on. Let's just win like 12 in a row. Let's make a new money ball. Chicago Cubs edition.
Win the last 30 games of the season. Be ready.
Sure. Why not?
Hey,
Why not?
it's pretty sick for Vote to kind of literally go through every emotion a team goes through all year. Like they won a zillion games. They look like they were gonna be out of it, not out of it, but like, man, is this team not for real? And then they find a way, like you said, they just right the shit. Like their guys are stepping up. And that's, like I said, it's pretty sick for Vote to kind of experience all of that really quick in his first year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that roster. They play good defense. They really pitch it out of the bullpen, and you have Jose Ramirez with 100 RBIs and Naylor with like 85 right behind him. Like they're just those guys in the middle produce for them, and the other pieces like Kwan's been great getting on base, for those guys. But the other pieces, they move the baseball, they make things happen, they get guys in scoring position for the dudes, and they play great defense, and it's a good team.
Imagine if they still had Shane Bieber too.
That's right.
That's a big piece.
Forgot about that.
And Zack, one of your favorite ballparks.
Yeah.
Prague.
Speaking of favorite stadium, Foles and I were talking about Wrigley because it's his first time there, and this is his, he's basically seen every field. And I was like, Foles, I'm telling you, it's going to be a top 2 for you. And it's tough though, because I told him like the buzz there in a close game was something that like it's just like a different. I hate saying like Wrigley's different because that's like the whole spiel that everybody says, but like the buzz during a close game was like a different sound. And I realized I'm like, man, you can't even really experience it because the bullpen is literally in a dungeon.
We got the DNC going on in Chicago right now, and it's a little bit like there's a lot going on in the city. People kind of aren't really in the city right now. I think a lot of businesses, people are staying home and not going in. So we had 31,000 today, which is for Wrigley is a little light in the summer. I think kids are kind of going back to school or right around that time now too. So it was a little light today. I hope we get 36 to 41 in the next 2 days so they can really experience it.
What's a DNC?
Foles can. The Democratic National Convention.
Oh.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It's in Chicago.
I'm locked in on politics. You know me.
Yep. You're a big politics guy. I've always said that.
Yeah.
Can we do Danny Mueller's hot take?
Of course.
I think you guys will like this one.
I'm sure we won't, but sure. No offense, Danny.
Danny Mueller does not like desert golf. The direct quote was, "Desert golf stinks."
That's not a hot take at all to me. I couldn't agree more. I hate desert golf. I am 100% on board. I take it back. I love Danny Mueller's hot takes because usually they make me upset, but that is spot on. I hate desert golf because I'm not good enough to not lose 50 golf balls for rattlesnakes.
Yeah, man, there's not much.
Give you links golf or desert golf?
Yeah, I'm taking links.
Yes.
Midwest golf is.
Oh, Ian.
Midwest golf is some of the best golf. I'll say that.
Is Kentucky's Midwest, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say it's more south, but yeah.
All right, but there is some places here.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Great land for golf. I mean, Cincinnati's basically in Kentucky. It's pretty close. It's around the border. And Cincinnati has some unbelievable golf. But I know Kentucky does. I haven't played in Kentucky, but I know they have some great tracks.
Are you in Louisville or Memphis?
Whoa.
Wait, Memphis is in Tennessee.
Brother.
Oh, boy.
9:45 over there.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, I take it back. Dumb question. Cut that, Tom. Just kidding. Don't cut it. I don't care. But yes, I actually agree with that Danny Mueller take. I wouldn't say it's a hot take. I'd say most people would probably prefer not desert golf. Would you agree, Ian and Tom? Tom's shaking his head. Yes, he's with me.
I think most
would be with me.
I think most average golfers would not like desert golf because I haven't played it, but I remember playing like the PGA Tour games and losing a lot of golf balls. And that was when the guy was good and I could control him hypothetically. When I'm playing and I'm spraying it all over the place, I'm imagining that's like a 2 sets of balls day. Like I need to make sure I have like 35 balls to be prepared. So links golf all day.
I think the issue is there's no forgiveness on desert golf. The ball, like if you miss the fairway, like there's not. At least I'm picturing true north in my head, and I'm like, if you miss the fairway, the ball's gone. So and I'm like, I don't hit enough fairways.
That's the thing. Like, it's not just like, oh, you're in the rough. It's like, hey man, good luck finding your ball, and you're probably gonna scrape the bottom of your club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
There's
It's
definitely
great.
some.
Don't get it's not like I don't like it.
There's definitely some cons to desert golf, but I will say a lot of those desert courses are absolutely pristine.
Sick.
Like
Oh yeah,
and
so
the
nice.
the lies that you get in the fairway sit up so nice and
Oh,
fluffy, and
like Silverleaf when we played Silverleaf. Oh my gosh, what a course! So nice. I'm just not good enough to enjoy desert
Yes,
golf.
you are, man. Not with that attitude, you're not.
I
I
will
mean,
say right now,
I'm getting
right
better.
now, Midwest golf is as good as it gets. Like it is
Oh, it's
mint in Chicago right now.
Zach. You know what I've been doing? I've only golfed like 4 or 5 times this year, not as frequently. I'm pretty near like just strictly driver in the bag. Like I don't even really bring the big guy out. I can't control it. It's OB all the time. So I just hit a hybrid off the tee and I hit my
Makes me
hybrid
sad.
straight.
Makes me sad.
I can't hit it, man. And I don't even hit my driver far.
You got to figure it out because
You got to figure out how to putt. How about that?
that's fine, but you can shorten the course. You're a big
I
guy.
know,
You can hit it far.
but I hit my irons far for like
I know,
my
but
stock
imagine the
distances
driver.
with
The driver's
irons.
supposed to go the farthest, Dakota. Imagine
I
throwing
know.
90, but you have 95.
Yeah, that's what I did a lot of the time, to be honest.
You know?
And look where I am now,
Brother. It happens.
I'm gonna need you to coach me, in Miami. So you got me covered.
You're the caddy, Zach's the coach. Let's give the people the Sloan screen
None of
time.
us swing a golf club.
Let's give the people the Sloan screen time. Sloan is the world's leading manufacturer of commercial plumbing systems. They're at the forefront of the green building movement and provide smart, sustainable, and hygienic restroom solutions by manufacturing water-efficient products, including flush-o-meters, faucets, sink systems, soap dispensers, and fixtures for commercial, industrial, and institutional markets worldwide. To learn more, visit sloan.com.
Ian, can I ask you a quick question before we get screen times?
Please.
Just because we were just talking golf, what's your number one golf course you've ever played at? Like, if you could play one golf course the rest of your life, what's that one course? Can't be Spanish Oaks. You remember there, it doesn't count.
It's a really good question.
Because you've played some cool ones. So
I'm
is Zach.
pretty lucky to play a lot of awesome golf courses. I think one for the rest of my life is a real toughie. Burning Tree in DC is really special. Really special. I got a chance to play Pine Valley, and Pine Valley is awesome. Awesome. But it's too hard to play every day for the rest of your life. I think Burning Tree in DC is one of my absolute favorites. Super fun, a lot of history. So I'm gonna go Burning Tree. And we're actually maybe set up to play there in not too long.
Oopsie.
Wow.
Zach, what's your answer? Beth Page Black?
Talk about no, that is way too
Spyglass?
play every day.
Spyglass?
I was gonna say Spyglass. Spyglass?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Riv was cool. Pebble,
What was the other one you played in Yeah, Pebble.
Pebble and Spanish Bay and Spyglass. Pebble was really cool. It's almost, I don't want to say too, would that be like too popular of an answer to say? Like,
No. I mean, not most
no,
people
I'm
haven't
saying,
played
yeah,
there.
but like,
Yeah.
no, I understand, but, I mean, Pebble's cool, man.
There's also a course in Chicago called Old Elm.
It wouldn't be a real recording if Ian's mic didn't cut
Absolutely.
out at some point, you know?
My mic cut it?
Yeah,
No, it
you
didn't
sound
cut out.
kind of distant.
You might cut out.
No, it didn't.
There
Old
we
Elm,
go.
Old Elm in Chicago is
I don't think I've never played in Chicago.
special. That's sad. There's so much good golf.
I
It's
just
ridiculous.
I wish I knew somebody who lived there.
Yeah, I wish you visited. Screen time.
Yeah, but by the time we can hang out with him, he's already down in Texas.
No, I know. Just there's a long year.
Yeah.
Lot of time.
Sorry, I got us on a tangent there. I was just curious those answers. 446 is my screen time.
Damn.
418 for me. It's 418 over here. 418.
That's a good day from the whole crew. Honestly, like we're pretty compact there.
Yeah.
Everyone hasn't announced yet, but I see everyone's screen.
I'm at 540.
You had a day
Sorry
game,
for your
though,
loss.
right?
Sorry for your loss.
It was also
Tom,
on
5
Plus.
hours and 2 minutes. That's very respectable.
Tom,
Very
what's the
respectable.
catch?
Tom's biggest bars are hit 2 a.m. last night.
What's the catch, Tom?
Tom lost his phone for
How many
6 hours in
phones?
the
How
middle
many
of the day
phones did
today,
you
but
get?
he had an update in the middle of the day, and his phone was away from him.
Oh, sorry, wasn't on it.
It is, but your bars are hilarious. Your bars are hilarious.
Zach, you would throw up if you could see the amount of time I have spent playing college football 25. You'd actually like be puking.
Haven't played a second of it, brother.
It has to be like I might be over a week right now of like
How do you
time
not
played.
get bored, dude?
I just restart with new teams in Dynasty and I build
I
shit in Natty
can't-
Championships.
Bro, I cannot sit and play video games more than 30 minutes, bro.
But what do you do? Like
I
what do you
Riveting
not
do?
like-
video game conversation from the boys. We're going to continue it offline. Thanks so much for your contributions today. That's episode 221 of the Compound Podcast presented by Parse Round. Go to Benny's, get your Parse. We will see you next week.